So if you're thinking about kind of getting in front of investors and getting embedded in the local kind of early stage and tech ecosystem, what's the best way of doing it, right? There's probably an event every single day that you could go to if you wanted to, but majority of your time needs to be obviously focused in the business, building the business. So what I would say is first of all, speak to other founders, work out what events they go to, where they found an ROI, where you actually get investors in the room, because there's quite a lot of investor meetups that are pitched that way where it ends up being more kind of founder orientated, and it's great for kind of networking and sharing ideas on business and where you're up to and how you might move forward from a kind of operational or market or business perspective. But if your goal is to raise investors, you want to be trying to get into the events and get into the rooms where there's as many investors as possible. There's a bit of a kind of chicken and egg that you don't want to be at every single event, because investors are also looking for people that are doing a lot in the business, going out, executing. But you probably want to be enough that you're at that kind of regular touch point and keep in front of mind with investors. So that's kind of the first bit I think about in terms of being in that early stage ecosystem. I'd also say you can get touch points in other ways. So active on kind of socials, LinkedIn being the big one in the VC space is a good way of doing that kind of one-to-many, especially if you're in a point where you can't necessarily get out to all the events because you've got a big feature coming up, big feature release coming up, or you've got a big sales push that you're doing at the moment, or any of the other things in the business that's either way more or at least equally as important, depending where you are, as those investor conversations. So yeah, don't necessarily get out to every single event and get feedback early, but make sure the events that you are going to, you can engage, you can spend the time, you can get around the investors, and then you can really get those guys to commit to follow-ups too.